Good Tuesday morning, Mount Olive Church family and friends. Everybody joining us online. Another week of devotions, and hope everybody's warm. And I hope you've made it through the weekend and had a blessed Christmas. Going to go through Pastor's sermon from Sunday on the devotions this week. The title of that sermon being "Who is Jesus?" Wonderful sermon by the pastor Sunday that the Lord gave him on Christmas Day. I hope you got to watch Monday's devotion, as always. But I want to say, Brother Michael, he done a phenomenal job Monday, and said that was his first one, and he done a wonderful job. So we appreciate him and glad to see him growing in the Lord. And I hope you've got to meet him or talk to him. And he had a good testimony here several months ago, talking about his daughter and praying with her. And so we're thankful for Brother Michael. Michael, you done a great job Monday with the devotion. So I'm gonna get my screen pulled up here. So Tuesday's devotion, and as we said, the title of the sermon was "Who is Jesus?" Pastor talked about three things that Jesus saves us from. Michael talked about some darkness and going through the darkness and those things on Monday. And then, so that was, he saves us, one, from the darkness of sin, two, from the dominion of sin. So we're liberated from the dominion of sin. And then the third point was the destination of sin, the destiny of sin. So I want to talk about number two. I want to talk about the dominion of sin. Very strong point Pastor brought out Sunday. I thought the way he brought that out was just phenomenal. But you see, I have on the screen here, free indeed. So if you go throughout this week and you can remember two words, I want you to remember these. As a Christian, you can say that you're free indeed. Indeed, I am free. So hold on to that. And I'll give you that scripture here in just a second. So we talked about this, to be liberated from the dominion of sin. So what is the dominion of sin? So that meaning sin having control over you, having control over your life. In a sense of it having some sovereignty. We know God is sovereign over everything, right? So he controls it all. But we also know that through his son, we were liberated from the control of sin and what it has over us when we know his son Christ. So let's look at that in John chapter 8, verses 34 is where we're going to start here. And it says, Jesus answered them, saying, Verily, verily, I say unto you, whosoever committeth sin is the servant of sin. Okay, so whoever commits sin has dominion over that. It has dominion over them, and sin will begin to take control of your life. Okay, but then he goes on. I left out 35. I was trying to say some room here on the screen, but it talks about, being a servant of sin and being able to abide in the house. It says, but the Son will abide there forever. So then it goes into verse 36. It says this, if the Son therefore shall make you free, being who? Jesus Christ. If the Son, if Christ, therefore shall make you free, ye shall be what? The two words that I said to start with, to remember this week, free indeed. So what are we free from? What are the things that it frees us from? And, I wrote down some things Sunday morning during the middle of the sermon when Pastor was talking, but some of the things he talked about, just looking over here at my notes, he talked about guilt. Wow, guilt. I'm sure none of us watching this today has ever had guilt reigning over us and taking control of our lives before Jesus Christ. We have a sense of guilt over our life. We have a sense of shame over our life. There are habits that we can't let go of. And, even after we're saved, it's those things that will still try to creep in on us. But we're liberated from them having control over us and that having dominion of us. Okay, we're liberated from the control of sin through Jesus Christ because he's made us free. And if the Son therefore shall make you free, you shall be free indeed. Another point I thought Michael brought out Monday's devotion was great. And he talked about witnessing to his friends and talking to his friends. And he tries to describe to them the peace that he has in his life. The peace that God brings, the peace that Christ brought in. So Christ makes us free. The guilt, the shame, all those things, we don't have to go through those. What did Pastor say Sunday? Isaiah 53. For devotion time purposes, I'm not going to go over there and get that and read all that. Go look at this, Isaiah 53. He was despised and rejected. He took upon that to liberate us from the control of sin, from the dominion of sin in our life. So two words as you go throughout the rest of this week. Whenever you go through a hard time, whenever you go through the middle of a battle, and guilt starts to creep in, shame starts to creep in, those habits start to come back, you say that you are free indeed. The Son has made you free. And if the Son has made you free, you shall be free indeed. God bless each and every one of you. I love you. I love you dearly. Hope everybody has a great week. Continue to remember those that have lost loved ones. Lift them up in prayer. And all those that are going through trying times, let's lift them up. You guys pray for me. And as always, I'm praying for you. God bless.